Blog Talk Radio.
This is Davina Shinsky. You're listening to Live Without Limits, and we're coming to you from the the BTR Studios. Today's show is the ultimate guide to Facebook ads for affiliate marketing. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, said Leonardo da Vinci. It seems like everyone is on Facebook these days, and it's not just for keeping up with college friends or your crazy Aunt Sally either. There is a lot of business that happens on Facebook as well. You may even be considering using Facebook ads as part of your next affiliate promotion. So this show is for you. Below, I'll share with you 10 tips for running Facebook ads for affiliate promotions. First things first. Before we get into tips for using Facebook ads for affiliate promotions, let's take care of a couple of household keeping things. First, and this is super important, don't ever run ads directly with your affiliate link. You will get banned. Facebook is all about user experience. They do not want to send people away from their site, and you will get banned very quickly if you're sending traffic to your affiliate link. Instead, you want to send them to your landing page. More about that in a moment. Secondly, and also super important, make sure that all of your landing pages are compliant with Facebook ads guidelines. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get on to the 10 steps that running Facebook ads for affiliate promotions. Before I get into going into that, the one thing that we need to be aware of, that building a business today means online marketing, that even if you have a brick and mortar store, you still have to have a website, because you have a generation of people who do everything online. And here's an example of how the industry has changed across boards. This morning, I was reading an article where it said that Steven Spielberg wanted Netflix and streaming television or streaming movies to be banned from the Academy Awards for the Oscars. Now, when you look at how people get entertainment today, everything has changed across the industry, and that goes for movies. The thing is that you have the older guard who want to keep things the way they were in the past. And remember, if it wasn't for technology, George Lucas would never have had the opportunity to do the Raiders of the Lost Ark or even any of the Han Solo type of movies where they had to have the green screen. And that took technology. Even if you remember Avatar, it was somewhat of an animated film, but the thing was that technology and the advancements in technology is what allowed those movies to be very successful. Well, today, people get their entertainment on the go, whether it's mobile apps for gaming, whether it's getting television shows or even movies on the go. You have to adapt to the way business is being done today. Create your own landing pages. As we said above, sending people directly to your affiliate link is a great way to get your ads banned. Instead, send them to your own landing page. This could be a simple page where you pre-sell whatever it is that you're promoting, whether it's a piece of pre-launch content or the sales page, and invite them to click through to download it. Or even better, you can use this as an opportunity to grow your list by turning these people into subscribers to your list and then sending them on to the content or offer them a promotion. And again, just a reminder, make sure that all your landing pages are compliant with Facebook ad guidelines. Here's also something else to think about landing pages, that your landing pages connect to your autoresponder. And in your autoresponder, you have a series of emails. And always think about it this way. When you create landing pages or when you set up things with an autoresponder, think of it as a 5-to-1 or a 7-to-1, where you're actually giving your clients or your prospects information and tips that they can use. Because what that does is that allows them to get to know, like, and trust you. And when they do that, then they're more likely to buy from you and even open an email when they get the sales letter. But if you constantly bombard them 2, 3, 4, and 5 times a day with email, then what you're doing is you're turning them off, especially when it's constantly a sales letter. Start hyper-focused, even expand. Whether you're advertising Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, or any other pay-per-click network, start off your targeting hyper-focused, then expand from there. I started doing paid advertising at my company in the insurance leads industry. When we entered a new market or tested out new keywords, we would only run ads for 1 to 4 p.m. each day. Why? Because that is when our conversions were the highest. That allowed us to get our best results. I'm not saying you have to be that targeted forever, but when you're starting out and haven't run ads for an affiliate promotion before, you want to target the absolute best potential people. So be sure you start off hyper-focused. Let's say that you're going to spend $100 per day on ads, and easy click would cost you $1 just to make the math easy. Do you want those 100 clicks to be spread across the entire range of demographics, interest, geography, etc.? Or do you want them focused on the exact person that is most likely to buy the product that you're offering as an affiliate? Of course, you want the people who are an exact match to what you're promoting, even if that means you only end up spending $72 instead of the full $100. The best way to do this is by targeting your audience is with an A/B split. That means you try out different landing pages, you try out different times, you find out where your people, your niche, what time factor they're in. This is where you can increase and make the dollars that you spend the best that you can get. If you don't do that, then what you're literally doing is spending money that's wasted money. Get clear on the game. What is your goal with the set of ads? Is it profitability? In other words, you want to spend $100 and make $200. Is it a support, a friend? You don't care if you make any money. You just want to make your friend Joe $10,000 in sales and break even, maybe even lose a little. In other words, your number one objective is to help your friend, not necessarily make money. Is it a boost in your standing on an affiliate leaderboard? I've done this in previous promotions where the difference in prize money between third place and fourth place is $10,000. So I'm willing to lose some money on an ad because I'll make it in the prize money. Just make sure that you get clear on your number one priority when you start running ads. Always remember your goals. If you remember your goal and what you're looking for, and as you heard, the 3 different situations involved in how advertising was set up, then let's kind of review some of that again. To set a goal means that you have an end in mind, and whether that being that you wanted to double your money, whereas that if you spent $100 in advertising, that you make $200, whether you were out there to help a friend, that by advertising on his link, then he earned the money, that was your second option. But what if you were taking part in a contest, and just by running ads and getting numbers, then you got to compete and you got to choose what you were earning or getting. So remember, that third one, or that third choice was that if there was a prize involved, whether it was money or a trip or whatever goal that you wanted, that when you placed the value on that whatever money that you spent on advertising, that wherever you placed, you were getting what you wanted. Know how much time you have. Are you building up page likes, which is a long-term strategy? Are you promoting a product launch with only 72 hours left? There's nothing wrong with either of these goals, but when you do need to be clear on how much time you have to run your ads, because that will greatly affect the strategy that you will use. And you don't want to employ a strategy that only works in the long term if you only have 48 to 72 hours left in the promotion. And conversely, you don't want to cram a ton of ads spent into 1 or 2 days. You can spread it out over a few weeks and do a little more testing and tweaking. It's always better to give yourself more time. Why is that? Because you want to get the best results. And to get the best results means that you tweak it and tweak it until it gets to say exactly the message that you want. Here's another thing to think about. What if you had the opportunity to get a sales letter written or use a script generator to help you generate the kind of scripts that and use the buzzwords that your niche can reach and understand? This is where the A/B testing always comes into play. Make your picture relevant and interesting. This is a pretty self-explanatory. If you're promoting an offer related to fitness, have a picture related to fitness. If you're promoting a productivity product, have a picture of a stressed out person. As a general rule, across most industries and niches, the best converting color is going to be red. That means red borders, red backgrounds, and red text. However, as you'll discuss in a later tip, the ultimate solution for your ads is to test it. The colors in my business are ivory and maroon. So sometimes what I do is I will have that maroon background on my websites with the ivory printing. But there are other times that I do have the ivory background with the maroon testing. Why? Just to contrast things on my website and to draw people's eyes to what I want them to see. And it's always important to help people understand. And remember, you always need to understand that using pictures to illustrate your point is the very best way to do it. Have you ever looked at a weight loss program where they will put someone who is quite a bit overweight and then they'll post a picture of supposedly the same person where they literally lost all that weight on their product? What does that do? That hikes into your brain, and when it hikes into your brain, what is it doing? It's triggering your mechanism within your brain that tells you you have to have that product, whether you can test it or not, but it triggers you to want to buy. Tell them what to do. Never overestimate people's ability to read between the lines and know what to do. Never overestimate people's ability to read between the lines and know what to do. Always make your call to action clear. Don't tell them exactly what you want them to do. You will miss out on likes, subscribers, options, sales, commissions, or whatever result you are going for. Make it as simple as possible for them. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. If you want them to click a link and sign up for a free training, make sure that your ad says, click here to sign up for a free training. Don't leave it to chance. Tell them what to do. And be very specific when you do, because if you don't, you will lose some people, even if they are interested. I've recently been taking some classes on how to market an affiliate site, and I'm about to take a boot camp on taking or putting together a sales funnel. Why are those particular things important? Because when you are marketing an affiliate site, when you are selling a product, when you are placing ads, having and understanding how to target your audience with the right funnels, with the right tools, that is what is going to help you build your business in an e-commerce online website. And literally, we have moved from the old traditional standards of marketing to new traditional standards of marketing. Just like entertainment, advertising has changed. You no longer place ads in a newspaper or on television and get the response you want, because people get their entertainment in many different ways. This is why streaming television has been successful. This is why streaming movies have been successful. In fact, many of those movies that literally went to the festivals but never quite made it into the movie theaters are actually being bought by the companies who put on television and television movies to use for streaming. All your TV shows, if you miss a show today, you don't have to wait for the reruns. All you have to do is go online into an app, open up your show, and literally watch it. So always remember that technology influences how we do business today. Start off with CPM bidding. CPM bidding is cost per 1,000 impressions. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Matt, how do you get cost per 1,000 from CPM? It's Roman numerals. I didn't come up with the acronyms. I just use them. Anyway, when you start up, focus on your CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. Then, once you're refined, you can switch over to CBC, which is cost per click. Then being said, I've had good luck with sticking with CPM because eventually I have an ad that outperforms the market. So I'm better off paying per impression than per click because it ends up being cheaper. At any rate, always start off with CPM and then switch to CPC later on if it makes sense to you. Always set a limited time and a limited budget. You do not want to get surprised or make sure that you set a budget for your campaign. Let me tell you something. Yelp, Google, even Yahoo, what they will do is they will offer you a $300 or $150 line of credit. Why? Because if you don't watch it or you don't understand that pay per click means that every time someone clicks on that link, you're being charged and you don't watch how much is in your budget, before you knew it, you could owe over $200. So always remember, it's important to watch how things are being done constantly. Whether that is a lifetime budget for a week of ads or it's a daily amount, make sure that you set these limits. Key point, only spend what you are willing to lose. In other words, when you're running Facebook ads, only spend the amount of money that you're willing to have absolutely no return on. That's $30, then you only spend $30. A lot of times, with that first $30, you might make a $20 return, and then you can reinvest the $20 into a new ad, building upon your previous split test results. Always remember that you need to do split testing, because without split testing, you don't know what will work. It's always trial and error in every business, and advertising online is no different. Try an internal campaign first. Start off with an internal campaign, meaning a campaign that keeps your audience on Facebook, such as getting someone to like your page. By doing this, your ads will get approved faster, and Facebook will like you more. Now let's do this again. We're talking about internal campaigns. You start off with an internal campaign, which means that you keep your audience on Facebook, such as getting someone to like your page. What it means is whatever you're selling as an affiliate, set up a fan page and promote it on that fan page as something that they like. Then, once you know how many people you have that like it, then it gives you that opportunity to target your advertising to making your sales to those particular people. Remember, Facebook objective is to keep you in their ecosystem. It's better for Facebook if you stay on Facebook naturally. With that in mind, start with internal campaigns, and then over time you can move to external campaigns that send Facebook, your audience, to a landing page outside of Facebook. Test, and test some more. This is probably the most important tip on this list. If you take nothing else from the article, make sure that you understand and apply this. Test everything all the time. Test early and test often. Always be testing. To be clear, I am not saying don't run any ads until you have 30 different variations. Start with between 2 and 5 images, or 2 or 3 headlines, or calls to action, and start testing. Odds are one of them will outperform the others, and you'll start to get some data and maybe even make some money. Always be testing. And here are some of the things that you could and should do. This phase that my team probably hears me say more than any other is, I don't know, let's test it. Always remember, testing. Test. That no matter what types of ads you're running, you need to know who your target is. And the only way to find your target is to test. And remember, you can go to my website, and that website is the #1, personalcareercoach.com. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about marketing on Facebook and affiliate marketing is always be aware of who your customer is and what niche and market you want to reach. Why is that? Because always advertising and targeting your audience. You wouldn't advertise a fitness program to people that are overweight. Yes, they need those products, and yes, they can definitely use it. But at the same time, guess what? They don't always understand what, that someone who's quite a bit overweight may know they need to exercise, but they're more likely not to exercise. Why? Because they just don't see how it can help them, because toning up your body, eating healthy, all of those things play into each other. And you get some people that are very health conscious, while you get others that are not very health conscious. Remember, you can go to my website, and that website is the #1, personalcareercoach.com, and you can sign up for both individual and group coaching